So, Chloe, happy birthday from the Undergated Boys. What is going on? It's the Undergated podcast presented to you by the Undergated Network. Two of the three are here. I have the homie Gunpla Tester Austen. What's good, man?
What up? What up? What up? Man, we down a man today, but he told us to soldier on, so we're gonna do just that, man.
And we're gonna keep doing it. Shout out to CD. He's not here right now. It's his daughter's birthday. So, Chloe, happy birthday from the Undergated Boys. I know your dad doing right. So we're gonna hold it down for you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun week. Fun week. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. So let's get into it. You ready for this?
Let's do it to it, baby.
And I am Coop for people that is not on YouTube reading the name right now. It's Coop on Instagram. And we're gonna go ahead and get into the main topic, which is always first is greetings. That's the most important part, man. Is making sure everybody's week is good. And Austin, how's your week been, man?
It's been a mix of smooth sailing and stressful. So it's been up and down, up and down, up and down. Had several doctor's appointments, made those.
That's good.
Yeah, then found out stuff. Now I got to go back and do more tests, and then more tests, and then now work is starting to kick off. So it's getting busy at work. And things are moving. Things are moving. So, but it's followed off with some periods of time where there's nothing to do, and it's just all of a sudden just goes away, gets really quiet, and you're just sitting there like, what the heck happened? It was a Category 5 storm, and now it's a brisk, beautiful day. So, I don't know, man. It's been up and down, but hey, that's life, Still kicking it, man. How about you, man?
Same, up and down. Peaceful weekend. Can't complain. Spent some quality time with a girl, so can't complain. And we had ODO this weekend, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But that was fun, of course. The weather here, though, man. The weather.
What is happening?
It was
what in the world's going on?
85 degrees on past Thursday. To come out to be rainy and the high of 40. It's global warming, man.
Man, right now it's like 36, a low of 36, they said today, too. I went from wearing shorts one day to the very next day because I turned off my heater because I was like, oh, I don't need it. To the next day, waking up and being wrapped up in like 2 blankets in my own place, just sitting freezing around, wondering why I'm so cold. I'm like, oh, God, it's 61 degrees inside here. What the hell?
It's brutal, man. I hate that type of weather. That's the pneumonia weather where you don't want to take off your jacket outside because you're like, I know, like it's kind of like when my mom used to tell me, don't take the jacket off. I know you're hot, but don't take the jacket off. You ain't catching no cold. So
far safer to be warmer than colder. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's go ahead and get into the other fun part, building and breaking down that backlog. Man, what anything new come in, anything you take out of that backlog and say, you know what, I want to work on this. You got anything new, Austin?
I did get some things in new. I got 2 things in new. One item I picked up from ODO, and one I picked up from Trilogy Comics, which for those of us following the Undergated podcast, the Undergated Network, the Undergated Network on Instagram, I did upload a short video of me going to Trilogy doing some toy hunts. I did pick up one kit from there, and that's going to be this girl kit. It is the Madoka Yuki of the Soyusai Shoujo Tenje, the girl kits, essentially. But it's Kotobukiya's schoolgirl kit line, and they made a summer swimsuit version, like them at the beach. And I've actually been looking forward to this kit because you can swap the head on this kit with the other Frame Arm Girls kits that you have and make a whole beach scene or a beach party and have them going to pretty much having a beach anime episode, which is kind of the goal here. You also get a couple extra faces here that are compatible with all of them. So You can use
Mm.
these faces for everything else, and it's actually a pretty neat little pickup. I did want to originally get the actual Kotobukiya exclusive one. The reason why is because if you order it off their website, that background that you see right here, and for
Mm-hmm.
those listening, it's a beach little background. It's actually a paper film that you can use like a photo set, and they'll sell you
Mm.
that in the box for free. They'll give you
Oh
that for,
wow,
and there's another one that's the other girl that comes with a sunset, so you can have photo shoots and stuff like that, and they'll give you
that's
the
dope.
background for free.
Like
Yeah,
a little
so
diorama.
exactly. Like you can pretty much have a diorama right there in the box ready to go for you. And they sell the little accessory kits you can have on the beach too. But and then also the thing I got from ODO was a kit I've been hunting down, another girl kit, but it is the Figure Standard Marine Rembrandt from Witch of Mercury. Witch from Mercury. Uh, the reason why I was looking for this was not because of the body style or anything like that, solely for the head. The head
Mm.
can be swapped with 30-minute mission sisters as well as multiple other Gundam kits. And I'm going to make a fun little silly goofy kit bash with this.
Oh
And
wow.
then kind of a 30-minute mission sister kit bash with the Suletta one, which is the game plan. So I have some plans looking for this, and I've been looking for this
Mm.
and needed one. So pick
So
that up.
and I'm assuming it works both ways then, right? Like you could take a head off the 30-minute sisters and put it on that body for like a little,
Yep.
almost like another schoolgirl, another, like if you have the Ariel one, not Ariel, Suletta one,
Mm-hmm.
you could put the head of a 30-minute sister on that body and then make it look like she's talking to a friend, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, you're right on the money. The little
Mm.
ball joint or little ball socket thing that they use for it is
Yeah.
the same size. So I've seen a lot of people head swapping the Suletta with the 30-minute mission sister Lushida, who's also the same skin tone, and
Mm.
been making like a decked out like one piece swimsuit version of her, or like a decked out like guerrilla warfare type version of her, or even a
Okay.
maid version of her, which is pretty dope. So that's going to be the game plan, and that's the goal.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's dope. I didn't know that. And that's, if you have multiple 30-minute, oh man, no, you would need the body. You would need the body. If you had multiple of the Rembrandt body, you could put different heads on it, make it look like a
A whole
classroom
class.
setting.
Yeah, a whole
Yeah,
classroom
like at
setting.
least
Yeah,
two
yeah.
or three. If you could get two or three more, those are expensive. Those are like $50
Yeah, yeah, man.
fifty
That's
dollars
why
a kit.
at ODO, and for those who don't know, ODO is a little competition meeting that we have here in Virginia for model kits, but there's also vendors there, and the vendors usually end up selling Gundam or Bandai kits for sometimes either at market price or even below market price.
Yeah,
So I picked up this kit for just $40,
that's not bad.
exact, which isn't too bad considering there's some places online which 45, 43, and then
Yeah,
plus shipping would be, you're looking at around 50. So yeah, I was like, all right, I'll just bite on this. This is a must get. I want it, and you know what? I don't think we're gonna find it cheaper, so picked it up.
that's true. Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. Like if you can find a sale, I don't know if those are going to sit though. If you can find a sale and get those at least 2 3 more, that would be pretty dope to see. Like since you have all those 30-minute sisters anyway, different heads on the different bodies in that classroom setting, that would be sick.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think about hunting down the Suletta one, getting a couple of those because the Rembrandt one is shorter than Suletta because that's canon in the stories that Rembrandt's a little bit
Hmm.
shorter than Suletta is. So if I can find some Suletta ones as well, we can have different heights and different
Yeah.
heads and and then but if you do that, it's gonna be a battle to get all of them in, man. But I'm just waiting, either Hobbytown,
Yeah.
New Type, somebody just once you get a restock of Suletta in, please.
two two or three of them, well, that's all you need. Maybe
Yeah, two or three.
one Suletta, one Rembrandt, and one more Rembrandt, and maybe a mix.
Hey, I know I'll be checking out Vulcan Hobbies after this just to make sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Vulcan Hobby. Definitely use code the Undergate 10 if you're looking for something on Vulcan Hobby. But what I have something from the homie CD. Appreciate it, CD. And to go off of, great segue. CD gifted me the Ariel. So we have the high grade Witch from Mercury, Gundam Aerial. I know I said, I think this is, he had two. He
Mhm.
sent me one. I'm gonna do it right because the homie CD sent it. Right. Like I said before, I really just like the Ghouls Delanza and his Ghouls Dari Blade. I might go back and get Ghouls Dari Blade later on down the line. But the aerial does look pretty dope. And I saw the G reworks. And I'll probably pick that up as well for it. Just same paint job, just practicing on this good practice kit. Good practice kit.
I do know that CD has sent me something in the mail as well. I haven't gotten yet. He said mine will be here on Monday. So I'm hoping I get a little bit of an aerial too, because I saw that G reworks decals as well, and I was like, I know I said no more high grades, but it looks like that's all I've been buying.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, CD went to Hobbytown. I think beginning of January, like right after that. After he said, "Oh, in December he's not buying any more kits," so he went straight to Hobbytown like January 1 or January 2, and this was at his Hobbytown, which I don't think touched down at our Hobbytown. And I know you have it, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, the Advanced Hazel. Hey,
the Advanced Hazel Gundam TR1. I already have the normal Hazel Custom, and I figured this would be good double up. I've been a big fan on doubling up kits, like almost. I don't know how can I say. Remember that video game? I think it's Brothers in Arms. Was it
Brothers
it's
in
like,
Arms? Medal of Honor?
No, it wasn't Medal of Honor.
Brothers in Arms,
man.
the strategy one.
No. It is a video game that it was shooter? Co-op. It was a co-op game. Daggone, it came out for the Xbox 360 a long time ago. Two brothers.
Army of Two.
Army of Two. Every time I get like a grunt suit, I remind that comes in my head. So lately I've been picking up double or a pair because of Army of Two. I don't know why, but I have the Hazel Custom, the normal one. I guess like the AU colors. This would be AU colors.
No. That's the Titans colors. And then but the first one you picked up was both are Titans colors. Okay. It's just that was the combat deployment Titan colors, and the white one is the test team. Technically, it's testing colors version. Yeah,
this one looks dope.
It is dope.
Shout out to CD, and he picked up one more thing. Real quick
before we go and reveal it. So that that Advanced Hazel, I think you saw the video of how many Hazels I have. So if you ever need any extra parts, I have literally all of them you could possibly want. And also I think I have an extra Hootaroo. So if you want to build an Advanced Hazel with a Hootaroo extension set, I can probably help you out there.
Hey man, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's that mobile armor one.
Yeah, the big giant one. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm drowning here in Hazel.
I think there's one more. Is there one with the visor, or is this the one with the visor?
That's the one with the visor, but you can also get the Primrose that make it the next generation production machine. And for that, you need the regular Mark II shield and its beam rifle. And for that, you'd still need the dual backpack. So what you got right there is a very good one, because you have the heels, you have the extended arms, and you have the backpack, and you're able to make it into essentially 6 other versions of the Hazels just out of that box, and some help from your friends.
So I'm glad to have this. I'm gonna work on this year. Once I find a good, I know you have the Titans blue.
I have both.
Okay, bet. I know I'm gonna get one from you. I think I'm not gonna get both of them from you. But regardless of the fact, so I'm glad to have this in the collection. CD also was able to find a jewel for me in the wild, and I appreciate him. It is something that when I picked up the first 2 issues, they couldn't find this one. And if people that follow me on Instagram, you might know what this is. I went on like Mercari, Amazon, eBay, $180 for one issue. And it was like, man, people were selling a set, books 1 through 4 for $110. I was like, all for that one issue. I think 1 and 2 I got off of Amazon for like $9 a piece, and I got book 4 for like 12. But book 3 of Psychopaths,
Oh, hey, Psychopaths.
yeah, he got it from Konokia. It's a big manga bookstore up in his area, and Saran Wrap. And it's probably because they about to come out with Providence coming up in the next either I think May or March, one of these M months, May or March.
Spring, yeah, the spring anime lineup.
Okay, and I'm hyped. So they re-released it. They just dropped book 5 recently, and book 6 is on pre-order with Amazon. So this is a title that's been running, it stopped, and then I guess picking back up. So I guess since they dropped book 5 and 6, they have give everybody an opportunity to catch up. And book 3 is now. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. I am hyped. I want to let you know that right now. So see me, brother.
Tight.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. And that's it. That's all I have for this week.
You know what? CD ain't here, but he's definitely with us in spirit by handing out these kits, man.
Absolutely. And he was there FaceTiming my audio and just in spirit. We got you, bro.
Spirit. Yeah.
We got you. Next up, we have What's Cooking. Anything lately? I'm gonna make it quick for me.
Yeah.
Just been reading, knocking out Levias book 2. That's what I have cooking. And the girl kits having, I don't know, last time we was on, can't remember. No, I haven't worked on any more of. If not, I haven't worked on any more.
No, you put the legs on the arm. Yeah, last time all you had was the torso and the arms, but not the legs.
Okay,
and the cloth.
So I added the arms and the legs and the cloth in the front. I am working on. I'm going to work on the backpack, and that will be it for her. And going on to the Bringer of Light, and next week at Hobbytown, if I go, I don't know if I'm going, but I'm going to bring my mind and heart wants me to bring the PG Banshee to start working on, but I want to work on the Full Burner RG. So it's either one of those two. One of those two I want to bring.
Yeah, and when you go to Hobbytown, you know it's going to be how much work are you going to really get done. So, you know, but that RG, you probably be able to. Well, actually, no, the RG has a lot of parts too.
Well, and I'm just separating them. I'm cleaning and separating them, and with the RG, I want to be able to bring it home once it's separated and start digging out them panel lines.
Okay.
So I want to at least organize and arm in one section, body in the next, and almost do the same thing for the PG. I just have to get a whole lot of Tupperware containers because can't put those pieces in the tackle box. Cannot put those pieces in the tackle box.
Yep.
How big it is. And I seen the PG recently in person, like at Old Dominion Open, and the shield itself is a huge shield. So
yeah.
Other than that, I'm not working on anything else. What you been cooking on?
Nothing. I have been taking a break. I decided, you know what? Now's the time to take a break. I was working on my Jagan, and I put down the layer of white, and that white paint did not turn out the way I wanted, and it's now starting to glob up in the corners because when you rattle can too many layers of white paint, it doesn't go on like regular paint, it doesn't dry like regular paint, it draws with this gloss layer on it. So now I have the shield here, right? And the layer of paint is just that much thicker. So I have to now sand everything off and then repaint the shield. The good thing is I only did it on the shield. I didn't do it on the whole kit. But I was sitting there racking my brain. Even at Odio, I was racking my brain. How am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? What colors am I going to use? Even switch like that. And it got to a point when my brain just went like that. So I was like, you know what? Going to take a break. Let me walk away from this problem, relax, and then I can hit it again hard once I kind of come up with a way, a solution, or just, a drive to go back into it. So for me, I've just been playing a crap ton of Fallout 4. It used to be one of my favorite games. I know everyone likes the other ones more, but I like Fallout 4 for all the mods. So I've been jumping back in, and now it's become my addiction again. I was
Oh,
gonna
that's
get
what's up.
Metroid Prime S, but I'll go to Fallout 4. I don't want to
Nah,
spend $40.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I have the Ninja Gaiden collection in my Amazon cart for the Switch. And I'm like, I really don't want to invest $40 right now for that game, and I go invest 40 something more else. But I definitely understand. And stepping away for a little bit is what you actually have to do sometimes, man.
Mhm.
Because just able to play a game and not really think. I don't know if that's how you are with Fallout 4, but
Yeah, Fallout 4 is it's really fun because what it does is that if you want to think, you can. If you don't,
mm,
and you just want to be a lunatic going around setting people on fire and eating like their bodies because you're a cannibal playthrough, your cannibal and Kim playthrough is the dumbest, most ridiculous, but yet funnest. Like you could eat a dude right in front of someone and then just have a conversation with the person next to you. Like, yeah, no, yeah. The Raiders over there on the hill and everything like that. While you're hopped up on Kim's and everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is normal.
I haven't played a Fallout in a minute.
Oh man,
Fallout, yeah, I haven't
if you
played. I tried play. I played Fallout 3. I haven't played Fallout in a minute.
oh man, Fallout's so fun. It's so fun. It's like the best mixer of Dungeons and Dragons meets sci-fi weirdness sliced with absolute comedy gold and goofiness. It's great.
I might try it out. I might try it out if it's on like PlayStation Plus.
Shoot, if
Like
you have an
finally,
Xbox or a PlayStation, I can let you borrow mine. I bought it twice because I'm an idiot.
I do have I do have an Xbox, and I need to play that. I definitely need to play my Xbox because that thing is. How you were just talking about the shield and the paint on the shield. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure that's what the dust is doing to my Xbox. I'm
Mm,
pretty sure it's
it's
piling up.
caking over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to.
yeah.
I need to wipe that down.
Do you know with the PS4s, you're supposed technically to open them every 6 months and dust them out, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, same thing with the Xboxes. They say you don't need it with the Xbox, but with the PS4s, you definitely do because their x86 architecture is essentially a PC. So you have to open them up and dust them out. Same thing with laptops and regular computers.
You have to do that with the 5.
No, well, they say you don't have to because of its design, but I don't believe that for a minute. Anytime manufacturers say you don't have to give maintenance to your stuff,
Yeah,
it usually means there's some maintenance you have to give to your stuff.
yeah. I don't want to know what. I mean, unless it voids a warranty or something like that.
Oh, it's going to void the warranty. But I
It's
mean,
just
it's a
gonna have
difference
to.
between your console working for another, 5 years.
Yeah, it's true too.
That's going to void it altogether.
And probably by now my warranty's already voided. It's already out.
Your
So
warranty's not going to last to 5 years anyway.
yeah, that's true too. Well, what's next is what's new. There's a couple of stuff Bandai put out, and we're gonna discuss it right now. I'm gonna pull it up on screen on IG. And shout out to Gunpla Bandai. This is where I get kind of all my news from. And it clearly says on IG, I'm not official. It says it right here. I am not official. All right, cool. But we appreciate the official news.
I know, right? You coming at us with some official speed,
Yeah.
though.
First up, the Gundam factory Yokohama is staying open till 2024, so the clock is on. I have to get my ass to Japan
Same,
ASAP.
same. I can't wait. I had a plan to go to Japan about a couple years ago, and I flinked on
too.
it. But now I think I'm just gonna double down.
Me
Hustle
too.
hard, man.
My boy Court, shout out to him. He just went and he sent me a video. He went to the Yokohama factory and seen us, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Something that's like almost like a what do they call those? Ninth wonder of the world type stuff.
Oh wow.
It's big. He said it's a pretty decent size.
Oh, I believe it. All the videos I've seen, it looks absolutely enormous.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Gatchaman MS mechanical bus for the Exia. So you could get it. Can you get it in clear? So you get the inner frame, mechanical, clear, and color version. I'm assuming that's how you can win it. And this is 1/12 size, so it's half of like an action, probably smaller than that. Oh, that's tiny.
1/12. 1/12.
No, 1/12. I'm sorry, 1/12. 1/12.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
It's small.
That's about
Think about it. For 1/144th body,
yeah.
it's a twelfth of that.
But a 1/100 body, right?
Oh yeah.
One.
Oh yeah. 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 I'm my fault, people. I'm thinking of action figures. My bad. You're
Mhm.
right. 1/100. So it's small. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty decent size. I haven't seen these obviously in person. I don't know if you could go anywhere and get them. Probably order them, catch them on eBay or Macari. But I haven't seen any type of not like GameStops have them.
Yeah, and looking for gotcha machines in the U.S. is
It's kind of tight.
it's
I know
kind of
like
tight.
GameStop and probably like some like official anime, not official anime stores, but like a place like Trilogy is not going to have a got you.
No,
But maybe a box lunch, maybe.
maybe you know what I would. Does Hot Topic still exist?
Yeah, it does. It
Okay,
does.
you know what I did. I remember a while ago when I was a wee lad. There was some Hot Topic stuff that had some Gundam merch in there, so
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if they carry it. But
Let us know in the
yeah,
comments below if or hit us up on IG if y'all know kind of an area that has these on the normal. I know GameStop though. GameStop does. So next up, we have this boy. And it is the Gundam fixed figuration metal composite of the Death Scythe Hell EW. So they have the Wing Zero, and now they came out with the Death Scythe Hell. So I think it's on P Bandai already. If I think going for 300, three something. I don't know if it's on P. I saw a link for it. This has everybody in a frenzy because of that Ravenclaw mode. If you're on YouTube, I'll go back. But the Ravenclaw mode. And the Ravenclaw mode for the people on Spotify is essentially bird mode for a Gundam that's a bat. That makes,
yep.
but it's a raven. So I guess it's not a bat. Is it a bat or a raven? That's
Well,
they call it a raven. They
the
call it a
wings are
Ravenclaw.
representative of a bat, but
Mm-hmm.
a raven is not a bat.
Yes, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, this is what?
Yeah, and so
Huh.
again, people on Spotify land, it is just imagine the Wing Zero for Ka in bird mode and just snatch everything off and put Death Scythe on it. Never transform in the show. I don't know why it's transforming now. It's probably because it's using the same body and the frame as the Wing Zero.
I
And
I this looks very simple.
yeah.
It looks like the transformation they would use with the F90, that F series or the F kit, where
Mm-hmm.
it's just you just straighten the Gundam out, all of its limbs are straightened out as if it's standing up at attention, and then you lay it down on a table and slap some wings on its back.
Yeah. And this looks
It
I'm
looks.
trying to
I kind of like the color though. This
yeah.
bluish purple.
Well, that's how the Master Grade is. The Master Grade is in that color. It's a hard color to find.
Mm.
I'll tell you that.
Dude, I
And
like that. Looks cool.
yeah, it's just three something. I don't know. I don't have any metal build fixed or metal composite. It looks good. It looks like though it has two
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what they call those. Like the shield
Shield daggers or shield
shield set.
launchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in the anime only had one. But it and oh, it almost gives you like you could do a that's cool.
Yeah, a dual
The
scythe.
the
The
dual
scythe at
scythe.
one end
Yeah.
or another. Yeah, like it's a what are
Darth
they called?
Maul.
Yeah, like Darth Maul, but yeah, you have scythes at each end. That's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
Uh again, I don't have any. I don't plan on getting any. Some of them are dope. Like the Zaku's. The Zaku ones are pretty dope.
I like the Def Sight in Wing Zero. I mean, not Wing Zero. Jesus, I like the Def Sight in Endless Waltz, but this is a I don't know. I kind of like it and kind of don't. I see some positives and I see some things I don't care about. So
Yeah.
it's hard for it. How much is this? How much is this?
I think it's going for three something. I mean, it's 33,000 yen, so it's
Yen.
definitely going for
So it's two
three
hundred and
something.
eighty dollars essentially, right?
Yeah, well, 300 or something probably. P Bandai and then coming to America. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, yeah, this is definite pass then. But I mean,
yeah.
it looks all right. I wouldn't
It's
knock anybody who gets it. I mean, this is their jam. This is their jam. So
yeah. If this is good for the people that don't build, if not, if you do build, you could definitely freak the master grade.
yeah, yeah,
You
I
could
think the
definitely
master
freak the
grade would
master grade.
still look pretty darn good. I kind of
Yeah,
like the master grade's head over this one too. I don't know if it's the angle they chose, but the head looks like it's been redesigned
I think the chest is redesigned too.
too. Yeah,
I don't.
huh? Yeah, the chest has like the new Gundam's center with
Yeah,
Def Sight's vents. That is weird. That is weird.
and I'm
This is
just looking back at the metal figure that I got off,
and
and yeah, it is different.
yeah, huh? You know, I like the one you got actually more than this. Now
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Well, this is based off the Glory of the Losers, which I
Yeah,
have to go back and read. I have to really go back and read some good stuff. Good
yeah.
stuff
And
in
I've
Glory.
been rewatching Wing recently, and actually, I've been kind of
I'm telling you, go back
yeah.
if you get a chance. If you want to borrow the set, think it's in storage. But if you want to read the Glory of the Losers and
Mhm.
you read it like, oh man, and then you can see the different spin. You watch it, and you're like, okay, because it's like the same thing but different blend.
And you know the sad thing with Wing is that there's three different versions of the same suit. So like the Shinlong has three different versions of it. You have the TV version, Glory of the Losers version, in this Waltz version, and
Yeah,
then Naoki's redesign. So actually, you have four.
yeah. So you
Dang.
have the movie,
Mm-hmm.
then you have season 2,
Mm-hmm.
season 1, and
Mm-hmm.
then Glory of the Losers.
Mm-hmm.
And Glory of the Losers technically gives you the Glory of the Losers. Yeah,
And
okay, because it's legal.
didn't Naoki have a redesign of it, or is that also the Glory of the Losers version? 'Cause I know Naoki redesigned the Shinlong where it now has that dragon thing that's faced more like a dragon.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's Glory of the Losers
Okay.
because on the Glory of the Losers Master Grade, it's the Shinlong season 1 high grade has the right arm is a fang, where on the master grade the right arm is a normal arm, but the fang sits on top of the arm and can retract like a whip, rather than the whole arm going and retracting.
That's right. That's right. I
So,
remember now. Okay. Hmm.
and I wish that Bandai would drop more TV versions of Wing. We only have the TV Wing Gundam.
Man, I think they're just I don't know what they're doing. I think they're
Stingy.
saving them. I would like to say, but
They're stingy.
yeah, that man, I think they're just trickling them out. They know that that's their bread and butter.
Next up, we have the Strike Gundam Deactivated,
Mm-hmm.
the anime robot spirits. This looks pretty sick, man. I don't know. Was these P Bandai kits? The deactivated?
Most of them, yeah. So for if you ever wanted to get into model kits, it's always been P Bandai for deactivated mode. I don't think they released a regular version of the deactivated version ever. I mean, they will release a 7-Eleven version of the Strike Gundam at this point. I mean, you have the Strike, the redesigned Strike, the Strike Rouge. If you get all the kits, then you can make the perfect Strike, and then you have all the weapon kits for those Strike, and then now you have the deactivated version of the kit for the Strike, and then Robot Spirits, you have to go through a whole gamble again.
Yeah.
I like this Strike. I've always thought the deactivated colors were kind of unnecessary, but I know some people get them. They just like to collect all of them. If for us, I think for us, it make actually painting is super easy. So we if we ever want to deactivate it one, we can
Yeah,
do
that's
it
true.
very
That is
easily.
true.
So for me, I'm not going to get this, but for those people who really want a deactivated Strike, now's the time. It's not even that expensive.
No,
And
it's not.
and it's still compatible with all the Striker packs. So as long as you got into Seed early enough, you now have another kit that you can now have that extra Ale Strike slap onto.
And to be honest with you, for the price, I'm a big fan of the robot spirits just
Mhm.
because of the you paint this and you want to get some real good shots and you want to take it outside or whatever, you don't really have to worry about the kit falling over, the figure falling over, scratching the paint
Yeah.
and stuff like that. This is, you could put it in a pose, do everything you want with it, and not mess up your kit. It comes with the, I guess, is this the launch pad?
That looks like, I thought it was a maintenance deck at first, but it
Maintenance.
looks like it's able to tilt forward. So I guess it is a launch pad, though. In the anime, it did have a clip that punches into the back when it launches,
Mhm.
and then it would release, which is
Like,
pretty cool. It has one of the cooler. Side
oh.
note: the seat has probably some of the coolest launch sequences for a mobile suit. Next to Stardust
Hmm.
Memory, Stardust Memory's launch sequences with that single foot launch off the side rail is pretty badass as well. But
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
have to get into that. We're gonna have to get
yeah.
into that.
No,
We're gonna
I
have to get into that. And I
yeah,
mean, no, I'm not debating you. It probably does, but it is some pretty dope.
I gotta say, Gundam has been adding some fantastic launch sequences. The only one I don't like now is actually from, funny enough, which for Mercury, because it's just sending a box out into a field and opening the box.
Like a Pokeball.
It's like, here's your Gunpla kit.
No, man, you're right. That might actually be the worst.
It might be the worst one.
Might be the worst. But we'll talk about that. That'd be a fun little conversation. And the
Launch sequences,
launch sequences and introduction of
yeah.
a
Mobile
Gundam.
suit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some badass ones, and then there are definitely some floppers out there.
I think, yeah, like we'll talk about it. I'm not going to spoil what I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Wait till CD get back for that one.
Yeah, he
Next
wanted a
up,
piece of that.
yeah. Next up, we got some more Gachimon, Wyndham Striker, Jet Striker, and a Multi Striker. Again, if you know where to find these Gachimons at, go for it. If it's your thing, these look like little Gundam Converge
Mm-hmm.
and little desk trinkets. If you have a desk at work, or this looks dope.
I do like that. I actually do like that. The double
It's like a
missile launcher.
double missile launcher on the back.
And I'll say, because it's shortened, it actually looks a little bit cooler than the high grade version, which it's so long and extended that it looks almost more ridiculous than it does cool. But in this little short version where everything's kind of compressed, it just works better overall proportion wise. It looks actually a little bit cooler.
This looks sick.
Yeah.
Then we have another P Bandai robot, the spirits. I was about to say Damashi, robot spirits, and it is the Gelgoog Marine, right? The Marine Commander.
And this is the custom that the chick flew, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. This looks pretty dope. It is pretty expensive, so you're looking at about probably over $100. But if it comes with this launch pad and all the special effects, beam effect, again, this robot spirits, don't sleep on it. For my toy collectors out there that don't really want to get into these kits, they're out there. They're out there.
Yeah, they've been eating good, and it's compatible with all the other Stardust Memory suits too that they had. That's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this. And the Gelgoog has been growing on me.
Yo, I didn't want to tell CD this, but the Gelgoog has been growing on me.
Yeah, man. They got a couple master kits at Hobbytown, and I keep looking at it like,
yeah,
you know that it, and the fact that it's so easy to repaint with anything that you want to. And I was like, man, it's looking good. And the AOZ redesign for the Galgoog 3 is probably one of the best redesigns I've seen, right next to the Barzam redesign too. So, I mean, I thought about it first, getting that and trying to turn it into that. The Galgoog has just been knocking out the park. And Bandai, Robot Spirits has been, y'all Robot Spirit fans have been eating good, man.
And I think is there a Canon Gelgoog? There is a Canon Gelgoog, right?
I believe so, yeah.
High grade. The box, it's like green and gray. And that box art has been making me go. And shout out, I don't know if he listens, but shout out to I forgot his name. Man, my bad. He bought a Gelgoog in at the Hobbytown build off in November, and he freaked it. And ever since then, I've been looking at it. I'm like, a nice, good flats, salmon on it. It will look, it look amazing. But next up, we got some more of these Gundam Military Generation figures. Is this? Oh, we got some from Doan's Island. A couple of Principality Xeon figures. I have the Char one. These are so expensive though.
They are. They are,
They're
man.
like 140 for three, and it's like,
I was at the Trilogy Comic Games, and they had the three Earth Fetties ones,
mm-hmm.
soldiers ones that are ground troops. They won at 125,
Yeah, that's
110.
about
I was like, man.
that's expensive, and I get it, but you have to be a heavy fan, and the they have the quality isn't really that great look wise. Like I said, I have the Char one, and it's like I got it off of Mecha Warehouse Dings and Dents because again, I'm a toy photographer
Mhm.
and want to be able to maybe reenact Char in front of or behind a red suit. But I pulled it out of the box. I'm like, this doesn't really look good. Doesn't really look good.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many exposed joints and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so uh, uh, you know you can tell like when you can tell when like a manufacturer's been making humanoid figures for a very long time, because you can look at what Kotobukiya and them, and you can see how they can try to hide those
Yeah,
joints more effectively, where you almost don't even see like the
yeah,
elbow articulation
crease.
joint,
Yeah, and I
crease,
know
or
like
shoulder ones,
Mar-
but here,
for the
ooh,
people that's toy collectors, the Marvel Legends are like they get into
yeah,
the pinless technology where there's not even pins. It's just
yeah.
crazy. Blends right into it.
And,
So
and they're cheaper than these. Sometimes they're cheaper.
yeah,
I don't know why
they
these
run
are so
about
pricey.
and they're small. They're
Yeah, they're
like this big. They're like
yeah,
3 inch. The old GI Joes. It's the old three
yeah.
quarter 370 3.3 quarter.
Or the original Star Wars figures,
Yeah,
just a tad bit smaller than those,
for
which
you
is
get three of them for 140.
yeah. I mean, Jesus, dude, I don't know.
And then the next one is the same. It's the
At least it comes with
female.
a bike.
It does come with a bike. Eighth MS team. I don't know who this is in eighth MS team though.
Yeah, I'm not too sure
Is
either.
this
I go lost over it.
yeah Earth Federation? It's a General Soldier. So a General Soldier with a bike from eighth MS team,
That's a
and
general soldier.
that's what
Okay,
they got it named as.
that's what they dress. Okay, never mind. I was expecting fatigues, not a tank top.
Exactly. And next is the Lefrith Thorn. The glam shots for it. This is from Mercury.
I have to admit, this is looking a little bit better.
Really?
This, you know, when it's painted up and all the ink's in the right place, it's actually looking kind of better.
With the G reworks.
Oh God! But you know what I really want to do though? I think I'm gonna get this one, and we're gonna talk about the next one next. But I think I'm gonna get both of them, and I'm gonna kit bash them. So I'm taking those shoulders from this one and the extra backpack, as well as the thrusters off the thighs here, and then putting them on the Lifrif or the blue one. And I think that would actually look pretty good.
Give me a hazel. This gives me a
Mhm.
hazel vibe. Um, I'm not getting it. It does not look the proportions are
Oh no, the proportions are whacked. This is a chimpanzee Gundam.
this is horrible. A chimpanzee Gundam. A chimpanzee. You're right. Look at the feet and the ankles to the thighs. I mean, it goes from I don't know. I don't know what they're doing from the Wish from Mercury. I really don't, man.
I have to say, in motion, even in motion, it looks slightly better. But damn, this thing is ugly. The proportions just hurt it so much. And apparently, the next season is supposed to be on Earth. How the hell is this thing supposed to work on Earth when it's dragging its knuckles around while it's walking?
And it has what 4 thrusters we're looking at, and 2 on the front.
Yeah, so we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 7 thrusters in total.
Mm.
Well, actually, there's one underneath the backpack there too, so that makes it 8 and 9, and we don't even see the ones under the feet either. So, I mean, it's
Yeah,
got a lot of thrusters, but it looks like it's more adept for space combat than it is for Earth.
that's a no go for me. And also for its counterpart, the Lefrith Year.
This looks a little bit better. It's starting to grow on me. Like I said, I'm gonna take that extra backpack from the previous one, and you can imagine having symmetry for 2 backpacks. So you can have like the Hazel custom that you have. Take the thrusters off the shoulders, put those on there, right? But here's the issue: I have to kit bash this darn thing for me to want
Yeah,
it. I have to
but
buy two kits to get to get an ugly kit to look better.
is this? I see you talk about taking this.
Yeah,
You using this as the main body,
yeah, I'm gonna use that as the main body. Yep.
and I see the peg hole right here.
Yep.
And is there a peg hole on the brown one on the thorn
I do
before
not
that's backpack?
know.
It
I do
has to
not know.
be, right? Let's see. Oh, hold on.
Yep.
We'll get back to that. Has to be because it sits in that. But it would it
It's
is it the
straight.
same size?
The good news is if it's using just the regular joints, like the 30-minute mission kit joints, I have the extenders for the 30-minute missions, so I can just
Mm-hmm.
throw something together to make it work. And if that doesn't work, I can take the backpack off of one of the other 30-minute missions. That's a dual
Mm-hmm.
hangout backpack, and I can just slap both of them on there and slap it in.
Unless the back, it probably it might work
Mm-hmm.
just for the fact of if they reuse the parts.
Yeah,
If the thorn comes with the extender because they're using the same parts.
yeah, and I'm taking that head off, and I'm putting the Firax head on it too. See, this is the thing. I'm looking at this, and the only reason I'm getting it is because of all the kit bash options. I'm not getting this for a representation of itself in the show.
You can have it, man. And I know this is right up your alley. Next up is the Sea Destiny G. What is this called? The
The
GGG
Gundam, yeah, the Gundam. Jesus, it's
Gundam Girls
Gundam.
Generation.
There we go, Gundam Girls Generation. And this is Luna Maria Hawk swimsuit version. It's about time Gundam. Well, actually, no. Bandai has been getting more and more into the figure game, especially the
Statues.
yeah the lewd statues.
Mm-hmm.
So they had what is it? They had who's the pink hair chick from the first series? And her fake counterpart. They both had bunny figures
Mm.
recently. And Luna Mary Hawk is the next girl that's very attractive in the series, so it would make sense to make a swimsuit version. And I have to say, I like this.
I knew
I
it was up
usually
your
do.
alley.
Yeah, it's right my alley. I do like her as a character, uh, and yeah, I might look into getting this. But man, these figures are always pricey. I mean, these statues are always pricey.
Yeah. I have Char, and I think Char ran me 200. The Char where it's like it's him, young Char. You can take the helmet off, and it's just the mask and without the helmet, or you can put it with the helmet and have it. And this is I want to get the armor one, the armoro one
Mm-hmm.
from Char's counterattack, and put it beside the new Gundam. I don't know though, because with my Char one, I want to do a Char shrine in the Detoff.
Mm.
But this is dope. This is dope. Like you said, they're coming out with a whole bunch of statues and figures and a whole lot of avenues. I know
Yep.
there's a
And
Lala one, but I don't know if the Lala one's like this. But I know
yeah,
there's a Lala one.
yeah, I think it's Bandai's admittance that they need to get into the figure game because every other company, video game, every other company in Japan's already getting into it. So it's
Yeah.
about time they jump on the bandwagon.
And it's simplistic too. Like, you just take them out of the box, you don't pose them, you don't do anything. Just
Mhm.
put them on your shelf and pops.
Now the big question is going to be the quality because when you get into this game, the main thing that collectors love or scrutinize is quality, and I mean they'll nitpick like small little tiny paint marks because most people that
Mm-hmm.
grab them they don't build them, they don't make garage kits for them, so they need that stuff to be perfect out the box.
Yeah.
So if there's quality problems with this, then Bandai's making a wrong move. But it does look good from these test images that we saw.
But you are copping it?
It depends on the price. What is it?
It says price to be determined. I think the Char
That's a
statue.
no.
Yeah, I think the Char,
That's a no.
the Char statue ran me like 200. It's about 180 to 200.
Yeah, that's a no. What's the scale? Is it 1/7?
I don't know because the Char one stands on a rock. It's a pretty decent sized statue though. It's not like no huge one, but it'll stand up to it's bigger than the master. Again, standing on a rock. It's bigger than the master grade Zaku too.
If it's a 1/8 or 1/9, I can understand that price. because
Mm-hmm.
they get pretty big. If it's 1/7 for that price, I might take it because that's kind of a deal. If it's 1/4 or fifth and it's that price, then something's wrong with it.
Oh yeah, not at 1/4 scale.
Yeah.
But that's all I have for what's new. You have anything? See anything?
Nah. There was some more
P
Gundam
Bandai
reading.
drops.
P
My
Bandai
fault.
drop. Oh no,
Yeah,
it's alright.
P Bandai drop. My fault for cutting you off, man.
It's all good. It's all
Damn.
good.
P Bandai did drop this past week.
Oh yeah, was there anything you got?
No, I know the Taku was on there. I heard that sold out
Oh,
pretty quick.
the Ultron,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, so CD had it in his cart. I had it in my cart, and I was debating getting it because I did want to. I did want to talk. I think I told you the talk is probably my favorite design from the
Yeah,
walls. Whole site crashed.
of course.
Came back up. It was gone. I think within like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I heard it.
Which is insane because the last time it was on there, it stayed there for a while. So
That is true.
I don't know what happened this time. Maybe some companies were involved with snatching it up as much as they can. But damn, that thing was here and gone. If you were able to get it, congrats. But unfortunately, for those that missed it, I guess we just got to wait for a reissue, man.
And there was another kit that sold out pretty quick too. The Stark Jagan is still up.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
We was talking about that the other day. The Stark Jagan is still up online. I'm trying to find.
It's tempting me.
Let me see. Let me check my phone and see.
I got it right here. New releases.
Oh, go ahead.
So we had the Ultron, the RG-170, the new Zeta Gundam limited color version, the parts for the perfect grade Exia repair. That sold out pretty quick as well.
I heard that sold out pretty quick too. Yeah.
The Def Site Rosita.
Yeah. Did that sell out?
That sold out as well. And the TR6 Hazel 2, which sold out as well. Thank God I already got mine a year ago. And then dude, this was a massacre for these kids. Everything went really quick besides the Stark Jagan, because $82 for a Jagan is still high, and I don't think Bandai seems to understand that. But yeah, nah, man, everything's gone.
Sheesh.
It was a massacre, and that site was running on a hamster and a potato, and the hamster died, dude.
And I'm looking at I'm looking at what's not available anymore. The Rosette, the Ultron. Oh yeah, let me pull it up for the people that's on
gone,
YouTube.
Dude.
Yeah. The Zeta looks pretty dope. I know you don't like the RG Zeta.
I would say this: the color scheme looks pretty good. I just don't want to go through the headache of building it.
I understand.
And some of that's water slides. Apparently, it's not like plastic.
The PG Exia parts, not parts for the repair. I thought about it.
Yeah,
because I want to get a PG Exia, but I'm not a big fan. I just like the cape cloak.
I was about to say I would get this for the cape, the cape and the broken sword. Yeah, and that's it really. Everything else though, I mean, there's some cool details like that broken glass inside the G, the G drive, but yeah.
Ultron and the Rosette sold out.
Rosette, man, I thought about the Rosette too. It was I don't know what Bandai was thinking with having their website. You know
how.
I know this is the way it goes. But damn, man, I really wanted that Ultron, man. I really wanted that, and I saw it in person at ODO too, and it made me want it more. I was like,
yeah, it's definitely. I have one, and like you said, they sit on the website. It had to been mid COVID last time. It had to been, because I remember I bought all four: the Tallgeese, Heavy Arm, Ultron, and Sandrock, all at once. And I thought about doubling back because like 3 weeks later, I was like, "Oh, they have Tallgeese 3 still available." This is obviously pre-COVID, pre-COVID. I was like, "Oh man, they have Tallgeese 3 available. They still have Ultron and Tallgeese 3. I might double back." And here we are, selling out pretty quick.
Yeah, man.
Yep. And wow.
I don't know.
Lost for words.
Yeah, I guess better luck next year. But damn.
Let's go ahead and go on. That's all we have for what's new. Let us know in the comments if y'all were able to snag that Ultron from Endless Waltz. If y'all was able to snag the Death Sight Rosette, if y'all was able to snag anything
Oh
also
yeah.
P
You
Bandai.
know what? One other thing before we
What's up?
move on here. There was a 30-minute mission sister Rashida that was
Mm-hmm.
with I think an expo that happened over the weekend. And this is just a funny story. Bandai was trying to make it like a scalper proof product material
Mm-hmm.
for people to buy. It's already going on sale online for $200, and it's not going on sale. I mean, it's being sold. People
Yeah.
are buying it. So,
Scalp that Bandai.
yeah. So the scalpers have come back with a vengeance. It's the scalpers strike back for anybody. So if you're listening and here, everyone, look out for those prices. That's way too high. Don't spend it on Rashetta unless you want it. I mean, but hold out. $60 is the most you would pay.
Yeah, that was on P Bandai like a couple weeks ago.
Well, they had a 30-minute sister that was on P Bandit, but
Oh
it
yeah,
wasn't the
30
Rashetta. It
minutes.
was like a canon thing. But this one they had at an expo that was like a Rashetta that's usually
Mm-hmm.
black and yellow, but it was painted blue, white with a red stripe around the chest or something like that. But $200 on scalper prices, and it's being sold
Sheesh.
too. It's pretty brutal out there.
That's a no go for me.
Nope.
Next up, we normally will hold that thought, but we've been busy all week. I haven't been keeping up with the news.
Same.
I think that's pretty much it. Basketball picked back up. XFL and USF.
Yeah.
The
KD went to the Suns, I think.
Yeah, KD went to the Suns.
And
Russell
then,
Westbrook plays for the Clippers again now.
Clippers
Not
now.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Man.
the XFL is kicking off. It's
Mhm.
the Rocks League that's on ESPN, like 8 teams in it. It's pretty good. I watched a little bit of it. It's exciting just to keep good in football.
They do have some pretty interesting rules, especially like the kickoff where nobody can move until the ball is actually catched by the other team,
exactly.
which actually does lead to less injuries for other players, and it's actually pretty kind of thought forward.
A 1, 2, and 3-point conversion. So one point at the 2-yard line, 5-yard line is 2 points, and 10-yard line is
3-point conversion. Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty dope. And we have the USFL league. That's USFL,
United States Football League. Yep.
Yeah, starting up in a couple of weeks as well. So, but that's all we have for Hold That Thought. And we're going to jump right into Austen's Real Great, which is next. And we have Austen, take it away, bro. We're talking about the Jagan.
Yeah. So probably one of the most popular grunt kits and grunt suits of all time. Featured heavily in Char's Counterattack, Unicorn, pretty much all through in what I would say right now is the golden era of UC, which is that Char's Counterattack through end of Unicorn era. It even features in F91 with the later seasons of the Jagan, but it just kind of just gets actually throughout of its whole life, it just gets manhandled. I don't think it's ever taken a win. Even I think the closest we got is that Stark Jakin taking on the Kshatriya, and that's the best win it can get out of its life. But in kit form, it is also not only being one of the most popular. I mean, representing kit form is probably the most popular grunt suit out there. There are so many variations of it, and I mean so many. If you were to go down the list of variations for it, it would be just mind-blowing. And Bandai knows that it sells, so they keep making them. I know they're already making on a new version of it right now. So
well, they dropped that one, the dummy version on P Bandai.
Balloons? Yeah. The decoy balloons.
Yeah, the decoy balloon one.
Yeah,
that's smart for them, but
well, it's to recreate that scene from the movie, man. Char's Counterattack.
But you have to get like 5.
Yeah,
if they won't sell them at $15, you had to get like 5 of them to recreate that scene.
Yeah, it's a little. They know what they're doing, but but yeah, no, it's very popular. So in kit form, I mean, it's only represented in 2, but for the amount of variations that there are a couple special variations represented in master grade, but you'll find a whole lot more of them in high grade. In high grade, the Jagan's pretty straightforward build, simple but refined, easy but fun, and very stable because of its large feet at the bottom, and a lot of the weight that it holds is kind of almost perfectly balanced in the torso. I always feel like when they were building this kit, building this suit on the show, I think they had the kits in mind because they, they said, "Can we make a kit that can stand on its by itself for God's sakes? let's make one." So enough Zaku's can do it. Why can't a Fetty suit do it? But no, they're all fantastic in my opinion. This suit, these kits are fantastic for anybody, beginner, middle, a master builder. In any grade, you're gonna have a good time. I built a master grade recently of it. I'm actually still working on it, and the way it came together and the fact that it can hold poses that usually other kits can't. It can stand up in many different shapes and ways. I'm looking at it right now, and it's painted form, and it looks dang good. It is probably one of the best grunt suit kits you can buy, right next to the Leo. In high grade form, I have built the regular Jagan and the Stark Jagan. And the Stark Jagan in high grade form is one of my favorites. And I have not built that. That's the prototype Stark Jagan. So there are two different. And like I said, there's so many variations of it. We could get lost in days for this. You have Ekowas, the Seeker. Geez, there's
I
so many.
mean, just looking at this list right here, I mean, it's
It keeps going and going and going. Man, it's crazy, and you're gonna find most of them in high grades, and just about all of them build up the same. You're not seeing too much change in terms of building. Posability is fantastic. The joints are all really nice, well fitted. Some of them have the polycap versions of it, but most of it's plastic on plastic, so you're not going to be worried about wearing out. My Stark Jagan is now 3 years old, and it still holds up fine. It doesn't have a problem doing anything. The Gundams, I mean, the guns and weapons are pretty much the same across all of them. The shield is probably one of the better design shields. It stays up. It doesn't really lump down the arm all that much, and it looks cool, in my opinion.
yeah,
And the beam rifle that comes with it is kind of standard, but the good news is that you can, with the hands that it comes with, it fits almost every other beam rifle you could possibly get off the market. And customization and customability is really high on this kit as well. You're going to end up with pretty much a pretty stellar kit in the end. Now, for those who are a little bit more advanced, you're going to probably want to scribe this kit to get a little bit more out of it. You do have some pretty bare panels. That's with the master grade and the high grade. And even deepening out the lines will help you a little bit. But I think this is kind of down the road of the original GM. You're going to want to scribe this bad boy up. Yeah, to make some really nice groove lines, just to add some more detail and have more things going on with the eye when people look at it. For beginners, this is a great place to start painting. There's very big open plans. The panels and armor comes off very large sections. You can rattle can this very easily. You can airbrush this very easily. It's even really good if you want to start camoing, because the panels are so wide and flat with enough variations of curves that you can start to get used to not panel lining. Start to get used with taping to get ready for camo painting if you want. So and it's cheap. I mean, you can find the regular version, the special versions, all those for maybe $15. I've seen one time they were on sale for 10. The
Army builders.
yeah, man, that Army builders right there. I mean, and I think the most expensive ones were the P Bandai ones, which were the F91 versions. You don't need those. Those really are for specialized stuff if you want to get them. I don't even think I've ever seen anybody have those. I bet they're great, but I mean, if they're based off the Jagan, they must be great. I just haven't seen anybody. But yeah, across the board, posing it looks great. Building it is fun. Lots of customization and possibilities, and it's a great beginner kit. And the master grade is cheap too. The master grade is like only $45. If you want to get into master grade, this is a fantastic kit to start off with. Because honestly, and especially with the color that it is, the nub marks don't show up too much when you're cutting them down. So if you're just getting used to trying to get rid of nub marks or deleting it, even if you don't want to worry about it, the good thing is it's so bright you're not really going to see it. So it's across the board, it's a fantastic kit. Definitely a recommendation from me, and an A+, and that's my real grade on the Jagan.
That's what's up, man. I've been waiting for them to drop this one from Hathaway's Flash, the Manhunter. This one looks, I don't have one. I don't have a Jagan in my backlog or collection, but this one looks amazing. This is the one that the Manhunters piloted in Hathaway's Flash. It's like that first 10-15 minutes of the movie, you see it, half of the legs are black, the other half, well, the bottom half is black, the upper half is the kind of like that gunship gray. You the
It's like a green teal gray, or
yeah,
yeah, it's a gunship gray, like not gunship, but like a light U.S. Air Force gray.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the gun on the front. That was it looks sick. It
yeah.
does look sick.
There are two versions of that Jagan in Hathaway's Flash that I'm
Yeah.
surprised Bandai hasn't gotten around to making yet. They have that one and the firefighter version that has the water tank on the back that shoots out
Mm.
this jet stream of water. If you remember from the attack on the base the day
Yeah,
after.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I have no idea why Bandai hasn't jumped on that. I mean, they're here making the Stark Jagan. I Bandai, what's taking you long so long? Get on it.
And it gets converted, developed. This website tells you a lot. So it's developed into you can
Yeah,
develop from, develop to the different variants. So
the Jada, the RGM 88X right there in the develop from the
mm-hmm.
one before last, the Nemo, right above the Nemo, yep, there you go. That one is featured heavily in the Moon Gundam, and it looks amazing. I don't know
Wow.
why Bandai has not made that into a kit. That looks awesome, and it's
First,
from
the
Moon Gundam.
moment this comes out, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
If
dude,
it's
same.
high grade, yeah. If it's high grade, I don't know if I'll get the master grade, but
Hey,
this looks man. I know
high
you'll get the
grade,
master.
master grade, real grade, I don't care. I
Yeah.
want this. I need this in my hangar. This looks
Wow.
great. It looks
Developed from the Mark
fantastic.
II, turned into the
Yep.
Jagan. They should
That's
have
the
just made
prototype
this the
vision.
Jagan.
Right. I was thinking that too. I was like, oh dang. I mean, I understand that the designers made that first, like in
Yeah.
1990, whatever, or 80, whatever. But Jesus,
Like you
that
didn't
Moon
take.
Gundam.
I'm pretty sure that would have probably took out the size of me.
Oh, dude, oh my god, it looks good. And it was crazy in Moon Gundam. They have it's all about the development of the Sazabi. And the Moon
Yeah,
Gundam,
that's
in my opinion, looks better. Well, actually, it looks just as good as the Sazabi. The
yeah.
Sazabi, I saw the Sazabi in white recently, and it looks
Mm-hmm.
so damn good. But yeah.
Well, that's what's up. The Jagan is a Austen recommendation. Austin's real great at A. Is it A plus?
Yeah, A plus. Yeah,
A plus.
you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with the Jagan at all. It's a great at price for both
Mm-hmm.
high grade and master grade, different forms.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know me with these army building kits. If you can get them for 10, 15, 18 bucks and get 3-4 of them for some dope photography, if you get the master grade and pose it beside the new Gundam master grade, I think that would be pretty sick as well.
Yeah, the grunts have to be affordable. That's
Yeah.
one of the criteria. There's no point in buying expensive grunts unless there's special editions version of them or commander versions. But
Yeah,
no, they're made for army building.
absolutely. Absolutely. Next up, so like we've been hitting that all show, we as Austin and I as the we went to Old Dominion Open. And what Old Dominion Open is a IPMS. I think I forgot what IPMS is for. It's plastic scale models.
Yeah, international plastic models.
Yeah, international. Yeah, and it is heavy. When I tell you, people, it is a competition 75, 77 categories ranging from aircraft, automobile to sci-fi, Gundams, ships, dioramas.
They even have busts there. They had a category for just busts.
Yeah, and then a whole other categories. So of course, the Gundam section is where we attended, and they have 4 categories. It was 1/100 or bigger and UC, the other one being non-UC, and 1/144 or smaller in both UC and non-UC. So those were your 4 categories. Shout out to all the winners. We met amazing builders. Got up with a lot of people. So many people I can't even really.
Shoot, I mean, man, there were so many people there. Just to name like a few, we had Mike Builds, half of the Goonies from Gunpla Goonies podcast were there. We saw who was it? Some Stay Dry was there. Shoot, we had there's so many. There's
Nick Models,
Nick
Gunpla,
Models, the Kid Noir, Boring AF, Dumpla, Clean Builds Only. It was a lot.
Yes,
it was a lot, and it was really cool meeting all those guys in person.
Absolutely. And so what we're going to talk about, it was a fun experience. What we want to talk about is competitions. We want to talk about making sure let us know in the comments. if y'all been to a competition, Gundam competition, if you want to go to one, it's always fun. I remember last year. Shout out to Mike Builds. Um, it stuck with me. It was last year I went, I attended, and didn't put anything on the table. I went 2 years ago, 3 years ago, pre-COVID, like the month before COVID hit, and I was blown away by what was on the table. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, man, I can't put anything on this table. I ran from it. I ran from the competition, and this time I was like, all right, I got to put something on the table. And I wound up taking the Char Zaku 2, the Origins line, as for the 144 category. And I took the diorama, which I couldn't place in the Gundam category. I had to go into the large diorama category, which had me competing against World War II plane ships. You know, just I knew I wasn't going to take anything home from there.
You had a tough a battle ahead of you because you're going to be guys who have A, photo reference, B, years and years of studying for historical accuracy, which was something that they would grade him on.
Yeah.
And I mean, what were we gonna do? Yeah, this is historically accurate to the anime.
Yeah. And not throwing no hate, no shade, anything like that, but it's judged heavy because the IPMS judges judged that one. So that's the flashlight, every nook and cranny, things like that. So I knew I wasn't going to walk away with anything. It was just fun to bring, and I got a lot of compliments off of it. Tell them what you got, what you bought, Austen. What did you bring to the comp?
So I brought 3 kits. I also knew I wasn't really going to win anything. I knew that. I knew the amount of competition that was coming and the type of competition. And I was like, I feel like these guys are going to probably be a little bit of cut above for the stuff that I bring. But you know what? I'm going to bring my favorite stuff. And the only things I brought were things that I really liked building. So my whole entire idea was I'm just going to bring stuff that I had fun making or stuff that I enjoyed and put it on the table for people to look at. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be here for a medal. I know that's not really in the cards, so why even worry about that? Yeah. I'm just going to bring something that was fun to make and share it with everybody else, and so everyone else can share their stuff and we can enjoy and talk about it. And I went in there, man, and I was a nervous wreck. I don't do a lot of competitions. I'm not really a person who likes large crowds of people. So I'm not really one of those. So when I came out and I was of those, like they're different, like you people, but so when I came in, I was like, oh my God, there's so many people here. And I didn't know what to expect. I thought it might be crowded, but there were a lot of people there when I showed up. But I brought 3 kits and I just put on the table. I brought my Curios Red Line, my Gym Sniper 2, which I'm gonna put up on the site soon. I did do that little teaser for it, so anybody who didn't get to see it, you're gonna get to see it soon. But I decided just to debut it there for people to take a look at and see. And of course, I brought the Gym 3, which is on my Instagram as well if you want to see it. I dropped those 3, and I said, hey, you know what? Here's some fun kits that I really enjoyed making, and I really like the way they came out, and I feel like I'm pretty proud of them. So just threw it on the table, and yeah, that's what I brought.
Absolutely. And seeing, I can't wait till you post it on Instagram, because that GM Sniper 2 looks fantastic.
Thank you, man. I was getting a lot more compliments about it than I expected. I was surprised. I thought it looked, to me, I was very proud of it, and I thought it looked cool. And it's inspired by the Ray Studio builds, the Ray Studio, which I know a lot of people have seen before. So I was like, so everyone was like, "Is that the Ray Studio version?" I was like, "Yeah." I really like this stuff. And like, oh man! And then the very first, like within 30 seconds of me putting up there, a man I'd never seen, don't know, never met, right? And he does car models or whatever. Came up to me and said, "Very clean. I like that a lot." And I was like, oh, thanks, man. And it was nice hearing those compliments in person.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there was a ton of people that were giving me compliments for the Gym Sniper 2. A ton more than I thought for the Curios. I was like, the Curios is there too. If anybody wants to take a look at it, does anybody want to? Okay, no, alrighty.
Man, the competition, and like the title says, it's iron sharpens iron. I mean, you, like you just said, you happy, built it, looks amazing, and getting the compliments. But now it's like, I know You got to like we got to step it up. You got to push it to the next level, and that's where complacency kicks in, right? Because we're like, oh man, it looks good. It looks good. We have to start thinking about how can I take it to the next level when it comes to these kits. Because for the people that do want to enter these contests, don't be like me and run away from it. I mean, you put something on the table, whatever you feel like is your best work, and tell yourself that I want to go and I want to enjoy it and be able to take the criticism and the compliments just
Hmm.
all the same,
Yep.
and be able to, I guess, certain tips if I could give people is be descriptive, like on the usually when you go to a competition they give you like a form to fill out, right? Like explain the kit, be really detailed because you have to talk almost like my old manager would tell me this, like somebody's reading this through a vacuum, right? Like they're seeing this model kit for the first time, you don't know who's judging it, right? Just always go into some older guy that does cars is judging my
Yeah.
Gundam.
Yeah, especially when it comes to competitions that are multi-category. If you
Mm-hmm.
bring a Gundam kit to a only dominated aviation or automotive model show, you have to understand that more times than not, those people who are judging it in the aspect of automotive and aviation. They have
Mm-hmm.
never watched Gundam. They have no idea what it is. I think even the guy announcing the rewards was saying, "Here's the Gundam category, my favorite category because I can never pronounce any of these names." And I was like, "Oh, this dude doesn't watch anything. He doesn't watch anything, so he don't know, right?"
Exactly.
So you have to be as descriptive as you can on
Mm-hmm.
that paper and really walk through your process and try to develop a story with it
Mm-hmm.
if you can. The judges can follow a story better than bullet points.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that would probably be one of your best bets.
Yeah, and I have told Austin I've lost mine in the mix of like moving, but it's always good to bring like the manual just in case you did like
Hmm.
a custom color. Like again,
Hmm.
because if it's a guy that judges planes all the time and he's looking at a color shift Moon Gundam and thinks that's how it looks straight out of the box, and you didn't describe or the description on your profile for the kit isn't is too vague or you forgot to put it, and now you give them a reference point. You like, well, oh no, was a kit was originally kind of like an off blue or purplish blue, and I changed it all the way around. So
Yep.
bring the manual and start working now. Depending on when your competition is, I give yourself a 3 to 6 month head start because you don't know what mistakes could happen. You don't know. You just don't know. You might
Yep.
mess around and be working on a kit, and then boom, you lost a piece, and you have to order it, and you got to paint the kit and all that. So, give yourself plenty of time.
Yeah, and I would say definitely try to get an idea. If you can go to some competitions, even if you don't bring anything, just go.
Mm-hmm.
Just go and take a look around because and talk to the people there, because one of the fun things I had about going was talking to other people building and hearing their processes, how they did about things, how they built things, and taking inspiration from them. And that's going to be your
Yes.
big one up game, is that you have all these other people, experts, beginners, intermediate, all feeding information into each other. We're all now sitting, getting out, knowledge off of ourselves, and now you're getting inspirations from someone who did something really cool. I think we saw
Mm-hmm.
a Nightingale there that was all white. That was probably one of the coolest kits I've seen in a long time.
If I'm not mistaken, that might have took first place.
Did that take first?
I
I thought
think
the bust took first place. The
it
Zeta.
that took first place in UC. I think
Oh,
non UC,
non UC. Yeah.
which
The
exactly,
Nightingale is
exactly.
you.
I know. I
Whatever.
don't.
Once again, we know the judges don't know. The judges don't
Yeah.
know. But
Well,
but
the people that were judging
mhm.
were Gundam people. Shout out to them. They did an
Oh, they
excellent
didn't.
job.
Oh,
Yeah, they were from Hobbytown in Richmond. They did an excellent job.
oh, it was those guys.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
they,
never mind. Then they knew what
that-
they were doing.
but I probably assume probably just because it's a blended kit that you
Hmm.
can't really put it in UC. It's it's not.
Mm,
I will assume that if I take a Gundam like a RX-78-2 and go crazy with the custom, where no now it's just a Gundam, I wouldn't put it in UC either
yeah,
because
it's too
to me
different.
UC is the lore. Like you have to Not you don't have to have the colorway that way, but at least have the kit as simple like it is in the Universal System.
The base design is
Yeah,
as accurate. It
exactly,
still has some accuracy to the original one.
exactly. But that one was sick. I wish I took some more pictures of that. But that one looked amazing. And like Austin said, don't just do it with a Gundam competition. There's model kit competitions apparently all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
you can go to a tank, go to a couple of these tank competitions with the military competitions, and talk about weathering, talk about dioramas, how to what are you all using for these dioramas, where you get the boards from, and shout out to Andy. I know he probably doesn't listen, but because he still uses a flip phone. Love you, little Andy. Um, he's an older guy, and he'll let everybody know when he talk when they see the diorama. Because I walked up on him, he was working the event, and I walked up on him talking to a guy, and he was talking about my diorama, and I heard him say, "Oh man, the guy I know the guy who built this one. He always asks me questions, and I didn't know what he was building, but he would ask me, "Oh, how do you do this?" Because I know Andy is a knowledge base when it comes to model kits because of how diverse he is when it comes to different planes, tanks, cars, you name it, he's done it. And just go to these competitions and sit down and view the judging, view, okay, I might not have to paint the backside of this kit or panel line the backside of this kit because I want to put it in the back. No, you know, get like give it your all. And because when you don't give it your all on the kit and you place it on the table, people are going to critique the things that you already know. That's the thing. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you for like let's just say you said forget it, I'm not going to panel line the back of the kit. I'm not gonna scribe the all these parts. I'm just gonna scribe the front part or whatever. And somebody says, "Oh, well, you should have scribed the back. You should have scribed the back. You should have scribed the back. You should have scribed the back." You didn't really pick up anything because you kind of know you should have scribed the back.
Mm-hmm.
So give it your all, and if you don't win, just like Jalen Hurts said in the Super Bowl, right? If either you win or you learn, and
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly how it is. You definitely picked up a lot of knowledge from everybody that was there, and look and appreciate everybody who showed love, and
Yeah. I mean,
it's
shout out.
fun.
I think Nickel Models. It was
Mm-hmm.
Nickel Models. Got everybody for a group photo. For it, and that you could take. I think you put up on his Instagram now. So shout out to Nickel Models. If you haven't, just go check out his Instagram. I think he put it up there. And shout out to him for getting us all together to take that group photo. When you look at it, that was my top time right there. Was just having all of us Gundam fans together in one photo, just taking an IPS photo was pretty dope. Showing us a representation to
Yeah,
the Gundam fans out here in the automotive and aviation sector.
exactly. And some of the people didn't like won't even in the photo. I could tell because
Yeah,
when I was
someone had to
taking a
go. Or,
photo,
yeah.
yeah, I was taking a photo. I was like, oh, we should have grabbed him. I should have told him to come over. We forgot him.
Mhm.
So if y'all see the photo, that's how deep it was. And you talking about some of them guys bringing 2-3 kits. Some guys bought a kit for every category. So
Yeah.
make sure
It,
Oh,
it, it was heavy, man. It was heavy, pretty deep. And here's
yeah, yeah. It was a lot of heat in this one photo. There's a
Mhm.
lot of skill and a lot of knowledge in just this one photo. Y'all
Yeah.
don't even know. I mean, like the people that's Hoskins' house with his Wing Zero. Oh man, in
Yeah.
person that looks amazing.
It
And
looked
got
pretty dope. And matter of fact, I think
yeah,
there go new type 79. And yeah, it was just everybody, man.
yeah,
Everybody.
and it's
Absolutely fantastic.
so definitely give Nick Bottles a follow. Look at the photo, and when it comes to competitions, start planning now. Start doing the process now.
Now, I have a question for you. When it comes to competition building, are do you do you just build? How do you approach it? Because for me, I've just always built kits just for the fun of building, and if there's competitions here and there, I just bring what I have. Do you ever just build stuff particularly for competitions?
Yes, I was working on a kit. Hopefully, I could have it finished and bring it next year. But there's certain kits. This is like the Project 23, right? Whereas that's the mantra. Like work on it, have whatever kit competition ready. So there's certain kits I do build and go. You know what? This what I have in my head is what's going to be on the table, and it's only for the table because of I just know I don't have the space. Like I have a diorama in my mind right now. I'm like, this is for ODO next year because once I'm done and completed with it, it's going to be hard to find a space. Like just to build and do it would be great, but to put that much time and energy and not to get hopefully get the fruits of my labor is no. So yeah, there's 3 ideas right now. The Coop of February 26th that they're ready for, not ready, but the process is starting for ODO next year, and we're just a day away. So it's just like we're like football. Like we play football, you know how it is. The Super Bowl, the championship is over. I'm not saying that's the Super Bowl, but that's prime time. It's over. We're in the off season, workouts, OTAs, training camp, mini camp. That's how my mind is. And now I'm working on getting those kits ready for ODO next year.
Gotcha. Yeah. Any sneak peek on what the kits are, or you don't want to reveal that yet?
Nah, not yet.
Yeah. We'll keep it a secret.
That's
keep it locked in, everybody.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun. I'll let y'all give you a hint. It's a Project 23 kit.
Okay.
So it's going to be a Project 23 kit. So
that's what's up.
Whatever it is, you'll probably see it on Instagram. If it's not on Instagram, then it's going to ODO. It's just the fun. It's like saying, hey, what's on page 5 of your playbook? I can't tell you what's on page 5 of the playbook, man. How many plays you got down? But you plan on working on, like, I know we're doing a Project 23. Are you plan on like going in with that type of mindset though? Like, I want to bring a kit. I want to pull a kit out right now, and I want to work on it for next year.
I haven't. I used to be super competitive with absolutely everything I do, and then I got old, and so I've been more of just leaning back and just enjoying and just kind of roll with the flow. But after seeing what everyone else brought, I'm starting to think, okay, you know what? Maybe I should go in with maybe take one kit that I really want to do my best on. But you know what? I might just go in with the mentality of this is for competition. This isn't for just sitting back, relaxing. Right? This one's gonna be balls to the wall, everything out to the best of my ability, and I will only stop when it's perfect because I do strive for perfection when I do stuff, but it's more of I would still accept completion over perfection, right? So I would still say, okay, I just didn't get to this part, but you know what? I spent enough time on this. It looks good, and I feel comfortable with where it is, and I feel like it's finished. And I always do that but I'm thinking of a kit now where I'm like, you know what? No, I'm so used to writing down itineraries. I might as well just write a full one all the way down to the absolute.
And that's what I'm doing now. Like literally just took out 2 pieces of pink foam and started like lining up. This is what I want to. This is how big the diodes is. This because after yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I can't do a diode that size and expect to be judged in a Gundam. I have to do smaller scale diodes. So I'm gonna have to work on dialing it back. Even though that was like my first diode, like my mind already had like, oh, I want to run 3-4 diodes almost that same size, but now I have to dial it back because I see what it is. I mean, not saying you need a diode to win a competition, but it does help propel the story. It does make the storytelling of the kit a lot better. But even just simple stuff. I mean, like the homie Boring AF, he put out that G3 Beyond Global, and he just put it in a crazy pose. It got placed, no crazy diorama, no nothing. So definitely don't need a diode. I'm a again, I want to keep harping on it. I'm a toy photographer, so I'm gonna when I build a dial, I want to be able to take a photo with it, post it on IG and stuff like that. And doing a dial for myself is like you just said, pushing myself to the limit. Right, like taking it. Okay, I built the dial. This looks good. This kit looks good. And if it does, not saying if it doesn't win, but now, okay, it didn't win. Now I gotta. That's gonna make me push it more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun year. And I'm glad this happened during the Project 23.
Yeah.
During Project 23, so everybody can kind of see the process and go through it and be transparent. Depending on what the kit is, I might do one kit that was like everybody knows it's going to be, but
and you know, I do have to say there were a lot of kits that were in the 1/100 scale, and the 144. I mean, there was a decent amount, but it didn't seem as much. Like, and here's another question for you: in competitions, do you think bigger is better?
I think bigger, you can show more detail. Right. And I think that the mindset of it being bigger makes it better because that's tough because that's sort of eye of the judge, right? Because
the judges all gave gold to big kits.
Yeah. I mean
there were of course there were separate categories. The 144 size is kind of a nuanced thing, but in the 1/100 and above, when they said 1/100 and above and you're going against perfect grades in a 1/100, and I'm just thinking immediately like, well, they already have a lot more detail to begin with, but
they have to freak that detail though.
Yeah, they have to freak that, and they have to be on point. Like that bust, I don't think I saw a single flaw on that bust.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I thought it came right out of the box and just he told me the process.
Man, when I was looking at the decals and I saw that you couldn't even see the separation for the plastic of the decal on the actual kit. I mean, most people, for those who are probably not familiar, whenever you put a decal on a model kit, there's a slight raise of the decal because it is a separate plastic piece laying on top of a piece of plastic. And one way you can do to get rid of that is you can just layer top coat and then layer another top coat and then layer sometimes a gloss coat and then another top coat on top of that. And what you're doing is essentially just putting a millimeter of layer on top to equal it out, which means he had to do that for that entire kit because there were decals on nearly every single panel.
And we're talking about the 135th
Zeta
bust. I mean, and that is clean build. It's in talking to him, and I think he said a year and a half.
Year and a half of work,
yep. Year and a half of work. So there we go. I mean, and that's for a bust. So even if you're working on a high grade, you're like, okay, I want 6 months, depending on what it is. And
shortly, it just means that anybody who has an extensive backlog guess what? You're not getting through it.
Yeah. unless you want to practice. I mean,
unless you want to practice.
Unless you want to practice, and not every kit needs to be competition ready. That's just us.
That's true.
I'm not saying anybody's not a competitor. I'm a competitor, just being raised and stuff like that. There's people that come and just want to have a good time and put something on the table. Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. There's going to be kits that I bring. And I'm going to have a good that I was like, oh, you know what? This was a fun kit to build. This was a fun kit to paint. I want to put it on the table. I want to show off my work.
Yep, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, and I want other people to see it. I want to hear the critiques from this. So don't think that every kit needs to be competition ready. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is strive for that, right? So you could get to that breaking point, right? It's the same way if you think about it, it's the same way you just work out, right? You lift weights, you hit your max, and you hit the max, and you work out a little bit harder. The muscle fibers tear, they come back, and you can lift a little bit more. And you're gonna lift a little bit more, and you can lift a little bit more.
3 sets of 10 become 3 sets of 15, then 3 sets of 20. Then you add the weight and do 3 sets of 10 again. 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 20. Then you add the weight and do 3. Then it's a process. You keep going and going and going and going. And it does. The good thing is that that philosophy, no matter what you apply it to, it just means you get better.
Exactly.
Model making, it definitely does, because we all have things that we weren't 100% on. I was not 100% on scribing. Now I'm completely comfortable with doing it. right?
Mm-hmm.
I was not 100% on doing water slide decals.
Oh yeah, you
Like
can talk to
now,
CD about that. I wish he
oh
was
my
here.
god, now UI and CD's gotten used to it too. So
Yeah,
I mean, like it's just striving to be your best.
yeah. And when, again, not saying that you have to, you go crazy on it, but if you want to push yourself, that's why I said iron sharpens iron. That's what,
True.
and we gotta,
Competitions are a great way to push yourself. Yep.
yeah, and get around. If people came out, and from vast areas. We got people from Massachusetts. We have people from
Yeah.
Colorado. Yeah,
Yeah, we have people from far out coming for
far
this,
out.
man.
Because
Far out.
they know wherever area you're at, it might not be the competition that might push you, right? And I'm not saying that the person that you in a small town and your area only has a little bit of kids and it's not going to push you and not into that. But that's, again, goes back to the sports analogy. If I'm a
Mhm.
varsity player and I'm playing varsity football and I go down to play JV football, of course, but how am I getting better? Unless
Yeah.
I'm telling myself while I'm playing this, while I'm going to these competitions, I'm still going to compete like it's top notch, like
Mhm.
it's, because you never know who's going to show up. So then, but that becomes a mental thing. That becomes a mindset. Start working on yourself now, and you'll enjoy the fruits of your labors later. And that's
Yep.
exactly what we're going to do. That's exactly what Project 23 is. That's exactly what it was about. When CD, Austen, and I sat down and talked about it, work on something that where you feel like it's going to blow people's socks off. We can always have fun. We can always build these kits and say, "Oh, this is for fun." Gundam is fun. Put a little bit of fire under you, and get going on some of these kits, people.
You might be surprised what you find or
Yeah,
where you end up.
because you be sitting there and be like, man, I never masked before, but I want to try it now. And you can sit back and go, I'm never going back to not masking.
Yep.
I'm,
Hell,
I'm
hell, it's hard for you and me to go back to just snapping a kit now.
Yeah,
Now we have to paint everything we make.
everything gets painted. Everything
Everything.
gets painted. That's why I have these girl kits, because I know they don't get painted.
Mhm.
Everything gets painted. Yeah, I'm even looking at some of these like the girl kits now. I'm like, definitely these blades are getting painted.
Oh yeah.
I can't do this gray.
Yeah.
But we at least go on chrome. But work on yourself. Project 23 people, we're here. 2023 is not just a slogan we're saying, it's a lifestyle. Compete in these competitions, compete in life. This is a lifestyle we're trying to promote. And this is it's fun. This is fun. Again, if you're able to come out next year, if you need a reminder, hit me, hit Austen. We'll be happy to let y'all know. It's always the last Saturday in February in Richmond, Virginia. Always the last Saturday in February until further notice. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. Last
Yeah.
2 years ago, when I first went, I think it was just Gundam 100, 144. So imagine try to win that. Like,
Mhm.
no breakdown, no UC, non-UC.
Having the first intergrade go against the real grade Mark II, I think that came out at the
Yeah.
time, versus the master grade. I think at the time was it the Eclipse or something else that came out during the time of the master grade that was like astounding.
It's,
So
and
what are you gonna
what can you do? And
and,
it's only going to be get better. It's
matter of
only
fact, Bandai donated. I did not know this until the announcer was talking about it. Bandai, the actual Bandai, donated 60 some odd kits just for their raffle
mm,
that was there. So
I
now
didn't win
even
anything though.
I didn't know that either. I didn't hear about that until the announcer was telling me, and he was like, I was like, oh, so actual Bandai, like from Japan. It's like, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, they heard about the competition. They wanted to send some stuff. Bandai of America, 100 competition, wanted to send some stuff to us. So I was like, well, geez, I guess you guys are getting out there. I mean, the
Yeah.
the company just like, hey, we want to help.
And so look them up. It's IPMS. It's all over. And I think CD told me there's one in April he's going to try to get to in Seattle.
Mm.
So for people that's listening, you got hopefully 6-7 weeks of. I wish I could get out there. Man, stay tuned. Let us know. what y'all working on, and because we're gonna let y'all know what we working on. Iron sharpens iron. Love the process. I want, we'll wait for that at the end. You know, I like giving my jewels out at the end. But that's all we have. Again, shout out to everyone that attended the ODO Old Dominion Open in Richmond, Virginia, IPMS in 2023. We had a ball. Had a ball. That stayed almost from open to close, and it was just a fun time, laughs, a lot of great builders, a lot of good, just a good time, and just it's good. Y'all gonna see it on my end because I did record Coop's Corner. It's coming soon, so stand by. It's gonna be one of the episodes. ODO recorded show. Coop's Corner. Stand by on that. So
Dope.
now on Spotify, like we've been saying, make sure y'all listen to on Spotify. Shout out to everybody who listened to us on Spotify. Thanks again. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody who tunes in from all over the world. So we appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Don't forget, people, we are running a 100 subscriber giveaway. We hit 100 not that long ago, so we want to show our appreciation. It is for the High New Gundam, RG High New Gundam, given to us by Vulcan Hobbies. Shout out to them. Check them out as well. The rules of this giveaway is real simple. If you go to episode 19, I'll have it tagged up here in the eye as well and tagged at the bottom. Go to episode 19. Give it a listen. Gunpla OG was up there. He's really, really good builder. One of the best builders I know. And he gave a kind of like a classroom session of resin. And so all you have to do is just watch that video.
And his knowledge base is super extensive. You guys are getting a really good treat out of that episode. I mean, hell, we were talking to him an hour after we recorded the show. I mean, his background is absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. All you have to do is give all of us a follow. Make sure you subscribe, of course. So there's Gunpla OG, all three of us, and make sure you subscribe. And comment down below on that video, on that specific video of your dream resin kit. It could be a kit that's not out. It could be a kit that's out. My dream resin kit I already have. It is the Sazabi Madworks. I already have it. I need to work on it. I want to talk to Gunpla OG if I need any help. But comment. Go ahead.
And just to clarify, because a lot of people have been putting comments on the Instagram post for it as well. So it's just that video, correct?
Correct. It's just the episode 19 video. Comment on that video, your dream kit. So your dream resin kit. I'm sorry, your dream resin kit.
So not the Instagram post, everybody. I keep saying it. Please just copy it and paste it on the YouTube one. Then that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
we have more giveaways down the line because we appreciate everybody. And like Austen said, if we take in a process of making our kits competition ready, we ain't gonna get to this backlog. It's just I should have told myself when I was checking out, I'm not gonna get to this. I actually, you know what? I did tell myself that when I was checking out, and I still bought it. So again, this giveaway is presented to you by Vulcan Hobby. Check them out, vulcanhobby.com. Use code the Undergate 10 for 10% off your order at checkout. They're coming up. Small business, but they are going to be a giant in the Gundam community. So make sure you tune in and you peep them out now.
Fantastic people doing fantastic work.
Exactly.
Fantastic people doing fantastic work.
Exactly. So make sure you check them out. They have a lot of kits, and I know they're going to get a lot more. And they're going to dip into stand by. They're going to dip into paint. They're going to dip into tools. They're going to dip into a whole lot. So stand by, but definitely use.
I might have to use that 10% to get some paint, man.
Yeah. Make sure y'all use that Undergate 10. Help out. You know, spread the help, spread the wealth. And until next time, I'm about to say I'm Austen. My bad.
Austen. You can be Austen. I can be Coop. I don't mind switching with you.
Well, it's Austen. I'm Coop. Again, like I said earlier, enjoy and love the process. Like the homie Eric Thomas said on one of his Eric Thomas is a motivational speaker I listen to. and he said this. He said that everybody wants to be a lion until it's time to do work. Right? Everybody wants to be. Everybody gets the tattoos. Everybody's Twitter says roar, but the lion loves the hunt. You have to love the hunt. You have to love the process as much as you love the prize. You have to, I want to say it again, you have to love the hunt just as much as you love the prize. Gotta love the process, and loving the process and putting your all into these kits, into your life, into everything you do is gonna, you gotta love it just as much as
Yep.
the success you get from it.
Yep.
Or
To
the
get
or
some, shoot,
mhm.
man. To get some, you got to get it done.
Yep.
Get some, got to get done.
So that's it. Until next time, I'm Coop. That's Austen. Peace.
Well, thank God I already got mine years ago.